SGC here, and it's the final impression and series finale for How I Met Your Mother. After 9 seasons of Ted Mosby telling his 2 kids and the rest of TV audiences how he met the mom, we are finally over. Well, first off, the entire season. I would say this season for me wasn't that great. There was one episode that I totally skipped, which was the rhyming episode where Marshall was going with his kid on the bus and I couldn't stand the rhymes, and it was such a forced episode. It felt like something from Community, but How I Met Your Mother is not Community, so why is this rhyming episode existing in the first place? So I skipped that, and pretty much I only started enjoying it when the mother showed up more and there were more flash forwards in terms of what Ted and the mother was doing, and I liked it. So that was more of the latter half of the season rather than the first half. I would say How I Met Your Mother has been a slow burn in terms of just season, I guess 7, 8. That's when things were just kind of dull. I mean, there's the whole repetition of jokes. Like this season we had the whole thank you, and she gets like a drink in her hand, Lily anyway, I forgot the guy's name anyway. Like that repetition thing in one episode, they would like rehash the same joke over and over again, that it would just like suffocate in terms of just like, yeah, it was funny the first time, but not when you keep doing it over and over again in the span of like 10 minutes. Like, maybe drag it out. That's what my thing for this season that totally stuck out for me. The rest of the season, the rest of the series, I mean, the whole premise of this series is about meeting the mother, but obviously it's more than that. It's about how they interacted with each other, how their lives changed. I mean, Lily and Marshall changed the most in terms of being dating, marriage, kid, and career and stuff, so that was always interesting to see. And then also the whole back and forth with Ted, different fiancés or different girlfriends, and then the whole Robin thing with Ted, and then the thing with Barney. Like, for me, it felt weird when there was like this threesome-ish thing that was happening. Yeah, so it was weird. But I guess this whole season being on the wedding was, at first, I seriously felt that it was like, kill me now. Why is this entire season about the wedding? It's not 24. That was the biggest change for me when I found out in the first episode, if you watched the first impression, that this entire season was revolving around the times before the wedding. And it was just, man, it's not 24. They haven't done this in the span of 8 years. Why are they doing this now? And I was bummed and wasn't really intent on finishing this series, but I mean, last season, why not? And I'm finished. So, as a whole, not considering like the finale, I would address that later, but as a whole, as a series, I think Mother was fine in terms of just jokes here and there, but it got stale and wasn't fresh for me near the latter half of the entire series. It was sometimes hit and miss. I would not laugh through a lot of episodes, but sometimes there was one gem here and there, but it was really, I don't know, not impressive in terms of just, like, I did not enjoy every single episode that I watched. So, now on to the finale itself. I would say, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Spoiler! Spoiler alert! I mean, if you're watching this, you should have seen the finale. What the hell? Like, seriously, they got divorced. We spent an entire season with them, setting up the marriage and wedding, and this people changed throughout this season, and then you skip to 3 years later and say that the divorce. I mean, sure, it somewhat goes back to their personalities, as Robin being super busy now that she achieved her dream, and then Barney going back to his old self, which was kind of pointless to begin with. I mean, we saw him for that for I don't know how many seasons of Barney being Barney, and season 9 was building him up towards a husband sort of type of material. And I was like, yeah, that was awesome. And then 3 years divorce. Like, wow, why would you do that? Why would you cram that into a finale? And then the ending with the mother was just horrible. I mean, sure, maybe they filmed it and say, we filmed that from the beginning. That was how it was planned. We didn't, like, change it and make it up on the spot as we go sort of thing. And I give them that, but it's like, why would you do that to an audience? Like, this whole time, I never thought that this would have happened to the mother. I was okay with her never showing up. I was looking forward to her showing up, and she showed up this season, and I was looking forward to seeing her in the future. Like, I don't know, the flash forwards never showed up, and this is what happens, this is how they treated her. And then the fact that this ending sort of went back and addressed the whole Ted and Robin thing, was just like, wow, what a troll. I totally felt trolled. And I felt that the last half of the, like, episode 23 and 24, 24 being the finale, being aired itself, like, episode 24, could have, like, spanned an entire season of material for sure. I sort of was hoping the entire time when I was watching the entire, like, the season, as the seasons come, I was really planning to see more of the mom and Ted just dating and not getting married yet. I mean, it was always awesome this season, and I was hoping, really hoping, like, from season 1 to 8, I was like, yeah, there has to be, like, a season where it's just, we finally meet the mother, and they chill out, and then they have a relationship, but that didn't happen. And when season 9 was announced that it was going to be the final season, I was like, man, now it's like, bam, 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 and that's what's going to happen. So yeah, I think, as a finale, I was disappointed. I mean, with the whole divorce thing, I think that I would have accepted it even more if this entire season wasn't about their wedding. Like, this whole time they're setting this up, and then they break it in the last, you know, in 15 minutes. And then this whole Ted and Robin thing, I was never rooting for them. I mean, I accepted the fact that Robin was always Aunt Robin, but I guess it's a trolling thing when they jump, like, audiences to the actual 2013 timeline, and he's like, and the kids are like, you should go after Aunt Robin, we're okay with it. And the fact that this entire series was sort of a, like, self-justification for Ted to go after Robin after all these years was kind of like, eh, no, I don't really care about Ted and Robin. It was more about Ted in general and the relationship between them. And then, yeah, so it was kind of a bummer for sure, just to see how it ended. I mean, congrats to them for, like, going for this long. I mean, it aired in 2005. That's a while now. I mean, I could have totally went with another season if they, I don't know how, I'm saying that now, but when season 9 started, I was like, wow, wedding, that sucks. And then when they announced it, I was like, ah, it's kind of a bummer. But when season 9 first started and they didn't announce that was the final season, I was like, ah, this series is getting really dry. I mean, I have other stuff to watch for sure. If you see my channel, I have tons of stuff to watch. But yeah, so How I Met Your Mother season finale, season series end. It is over. I will miss this cast for sure. I mean, I guess it's one of those, when you have it, you don't appreciate it, and when it's gone, you miss it a lot, sort of thing. I mean, I'm gonna miss the, for sure, like, the chemistry between this group. I really did enjoy their, you know, I mean, I would say for sure the 6 seasons I was fine with it, or in my memory I can't think of anything they complain about, but just seeing them grow and stuff was fine. I hope they get more acting stuff going their way. I mean, Jason Segel is getting a lot more acting roles in movies, and Cobie is getting S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff, so good job for her. I really hope NPH would get more gigs. I don't know what's up with him. I mean, he would probably be like a ticket grabber for sure in anything. Not so much for Josh, but I mean, Cristin Milioti was the wife of Leonardo DiCaprio. That was total unseen thing. Like, I was like, wow, the mother is in the movie so fast with Leo. So anyway, I'm pretty much done for How I Met Your Mother finale, final impression. It was going off to a good ending, and they just really dropped us off in the middle of nowhere, where it was just bad place to be. But oh well, it happened. What can I say? I just wished that Tracy lasted a lot longer, and that the ending didn't end like that, because, I mean, it didn't have to end like that. They could have done so many things with it, but it went back to the Ted and Robin thing, and yeah, which is a total bummer. And anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm done. Leave a comment below, and we'll discuss how much you hate the finale or how much you loved it, and we'll discuss things of Mother. That's all. See ya.